Hi, I'm Stuart and welcome to SIRENNET Television. A lot of our customers from time to time give us a call and ask us about the sync function on the Vertex light heads, which is of course the VTX 609 series to be correct, from Whelen. And they're the LED hideaways that Whelen manufactures. And they also ask about the split options as well. Well, young Chris over here is going to talk to us today about syncing and show you some of the splits. Take it away, Chris.
Well, thank you, Stuart. Had a lot of folks ask about the split color vertexes and the pattern configurations. So wanting to tie the alternating colors together, or if you have white and colors going to the front of the vehicle, well, how can I take my lights and lock them so the front of my car goes white to a color for warning purposes, or same thing in the rear. So with that, I'm gonna take one of these, give you an inside look as to how you'll take the wiring harness here and do your programming for your light head sync. For tying your split color Vertex LED heads from Whelen together, it's a pretty straightforward process. We're going to use the 4-trigger wiring harness that's part of the unit, as you can see here. It's self-contained, which is really great. So if you remember the days of strobes, you don't have to pick a separate power pack and length cables to complete your install. The unit has an 8-foot harness, center base driver, and best thing is if you need to extend the harness to go longer in your application, just match up, use the same gauge wiring, 20 or 18, and extend it as long as you need to. So really great with the vertexes there. For pattern adjustments, it's got the classic sync function that all the LED products from Whelen Engineering offers. So with that, you have your phasing. You have phase 1 and phase 2. I'm gonna go ahead, light the vertex up here, quickly show you the trigger wires. You have a lead, a ground, a sync, and a flash pattern adjustment. You may notice the colors are a little different than some of the other Whelen light heads, but that's the way the Vertex was engineered by Whelen Engineering. Nice little rhyme there. Red will always be your lead, black always your ground, green will be your sync, white, now you don't have a violet trace here, just a solid, will be your flash pattern adjustment. And it follows the same suit. When the light head is on and going, momentarily tap the scan lock to a positive 12 volt, it'll advance the pattern. When you apply 12 volts, light head lights up. You can see this happens to be a red-white split. Turn that off for a quick moment here. I'm going to grab a partner to the Vertex that I have here in front of me, and this happens to be a blue-white split. So best thing with the Vertex is the days of solid colors or funky yellow, funky red, funky blue with strobes, just because it was glass, didn't have the quite potency that diodes offer, well, now you can have tried and true colors, be it solid or splits like we have here. So if you're looking for white, blue, red, white, amber white, anything split, Vertexes cover it for you. For syncing, it's going to be a matter of taking the light heads, tying them together. Now I'm not doing a full install like you can see here with the table in front of me, so I'm going to twist the wires together versus doing soldering, butt connectors, anything else that you may choose for doing solid harness connections. I'm going to go ahead, take the reds, twist them together. The grounds, same thing. And before I connect any other triggers, I'm going to show you what occurs when you have the heads tied together here, and you just go ahead, apply 12 volts to them to turn them on. Let's spin this one around just so it's a little more pointed at you. Turn them on, there you have it. So red, white here, blue, white here, and you can see the diodes have great potency. So just like a light head, your colors are nice and solid to the true color that they should be when they light up. Now at quick glance, it may look like the light heads are synced. So the whites are white, the red and blue are together as well. But we don't have the sync wires connected. So what does that mean? Well, if we let these run for a bit of time, the timing between the flashing is going to start getting off. So for example, this head here, the white is going to start getting off from the white here. So eventually what will happen, when this is red, this will be white. When this is white, this will be blue. And then the colors are just going to kind of start going to each other and then going back out from each other. So it'll just kind of more look random after these have been on and running for a bit. Well, if you don't want to go random, that's when the sync function comes in. The light heads themselves, now in the packaging on the install guide, it shows the flash patterns that are available for the units, and it also shows if they offer a sync. For a sync function, you're looking for phasing. You have phase 1 and you have phase 2. When you have light heads both set in phase 1, I'll show you that in a moment, they're going to go and be simultaneous. If you want to have them alternate, one will be phase 1, one will be phase 2. I'll show you that in a moment as well. To go ahead and get things started, both of the light heads out of the packaging from Whelen are set to signal alert 75. 75 flashes per minute in the signal alert pattern. So it's kind of a quick flicker effect. Very nice, very attention grabbing. It works great for a default pattern right out of the package for anything Whelen. I'll go ahead, take my green sync wires, twist the two together. Now when the heads come alive again with 12 volts, the patterns, because they're both on signal alert 75, signal alert 75, and phase 1, the patterns are going to retain this motion all the time. So in your application, your colors are going to stay completely locked. So the whites will always be together, and then the color portion will always be together. So you're not going to have anything starting to blend. For adjusting the pattern, say you want to have the white and the blue and the red, any other adjustment of colors you may have based on what's in front of you, you can adjust that. So what I'll do here with this light head is I'm going to set it to phase 2. Going to remove the connections here quickly. So now with the light head reactivated, if I momentarily take the white, you'll notice that the pattern is going to stay the same. But when I tap the white to the lead, there's going to be a quick second of hesitation, and what that'll do is kick this to phase 2. So now we'll go ahead, take power away for a moment. Take my leads, tie those back together here. And then take the greens, twist those back. Go ahead, turn the units on. Now you can see with this being set to phase 1, this on phase 2, the color alternation is adjusted. So if you're wanting to have an application where your whites and your colors are changing back and forth, this would be the ideal setup. Phase 1, phase 2, same flash pattern. Now say if you wanted to do an adjustment again, go ahead, turn the unit off, disconnect power here. Now I'm going to isolate this light head, so I'm just going to leave the grounds connected, but just take the lead here. Turn the unit back on. White trigger. Quick tap. You can see it hesitates for a second. Turn those back off for a sec. And there we have it. So light heads reset again to a different pattern mode. So a great thing, again, like I mentioned, with the Whelen Vertexes and the syncing and pattern adjustment, you have full color manipulation. So for example, rather than just having a side of a car just go blue, just go red, just go blue, just go red, you can throw in the secondary color, so that way you have your white in your color, white in the color on the front of the vehicle, or again, for split color options in the back, you could do an amber blue split, a red amber split, and then lock the colors. That way you have amber to the back as well as the additional safety colors of your choosing. So pretty well thought out and a great way to have a nice clean install with using the Whelen Engineering split color Vertexes. There you have it. Curiosity satisfied as far as the sync for the split color Whelen Vertexes. Really, there's not much more I can say about it, so thanks for watching. Back to you, Stuart.
Well, Chris, thanks very much. And as you can see, the Vertex is a pretty interesting product. Sell an awful lot of them, and we do appreciate your business. All the tech specs always available on the website. I'm Stuart. You've been watching SIRENNET Television.